All right, guys, welcome back to Turbo Time. Today we're going to be doing a 10,000 mile update on the Omega 65 Turbo Kit. We're going to be doing a little overview of the kit and my experience with it, as well as a POV drive with the sounds of the kit. We're going to inspect it for leaks and kind of go over the entire kit and what to expect. All right, so this kit from Remnant comes with the heat shield, it comes with the intake, and it comes with the charge pipe. All of that stuff is included from Remnant. It does work with a factory cat or any aftermarket downpipe. I have the Remnant Leviathan exhaust, which is a 4-inch turbo back exhaust. I opted to do it that way. It's supposed to release some horsepower as there's no 3-inch restriction as on the factory style connection of a downpipe. The turbo is all the way down there. It's hidden. This car never leaks anything down low. No wet spots or anything like that. All right, guys, let's get a quick cold start on this thing and let's go for a ride. Kit's been on the car for a little over 10,000 miles. I haven't had any major issues. I haven't experienced any kind of leaks, oil, coolant, or boost. The kit has performed excellently in the last 10,000 miles. There's no smoke, there's no issues that I can think of. It sounds great. It pulls really strong. Lag is negligible by comparison to the stock turbo. It still maintains a lot of stock turbo characteristics where if you ease onto the gas, it builds boost quickly and pulls strong. Really, I have no complaints with this kit. Some other updates for Turbo Time Garage is I have been able to purchase a building. We've put a lift in it and we're getting things together. We're actually on our way to the shop. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and share a shop update with you guys as well. Really excited for that. I'll also be bringing you guys a couple of different projects, not just the Supra, here in the near future, so stay tuned for those as well. can see it, cruising speeds. We're just cruising right along on some of these surface roads. On a side note, the manifold performs excellent. Our Alibaba manifold, I've been very satisfied with it. It's 82 degree ambient temp. We're here cruising along. Our air intake temps are at 90 degrees. So we are literally at 8 degrees above ambient. When cruising, it has excellent heat resistance under boost. It recovers quickly. And keep in mind, this car has an all factory system. So all of our radiators, heat exchanger, all of that stuff is factory. This car, only cooling mod is the intake manifold. So I've been very satisfied with it. I do have a CSF heat exchanger for us to test. I will be installing that here in the near future. I do have the twisted tuning diff brace that still needs to go on as well. I'll be bringing you guys that install here soon. I apologize that we haven't had consistent videos. I'm going to try to get back on track and be consistent and start dropping weekly videos again. We were just setting up the shop and doing all that stuff, and it's taken up a considerable amount of time, but I would say the shop is about 75% complete, so we will be able to start working on things again. And like I said, I do got a couple of different projects I'm going to bring for you guys. We're going to be doing some bolt-ons and testing on a Mercedes AMG GLA 45. That car is an excellent bargain performance car. You can get those cars under 20 grand, and I believe we can get it right to 500 all-wheel horsepower with just bolt-ons. Comes with a great 7-speed DCT in it, and I'm looking forward to doing some testing on our GLA 45. The grand majority of the last 10,000 miles have been daily driven miles. I drive this car to work almost every day. It's my daily driver. Makes a little over 700 horsepower in this trim. We're still on the stock transmission, so my tuner has limited the torque to be below 650. And we're not encountering any transmission slip or odd transmission temperatures or anything like that. It's been holding up well. This is a great kit if you're looking to push the limits of the stock trans, but you're not really looking to go beyond that. In our case, we are going to build this transmission in the near future. I'm hoping to either bring you guys the spool stage 2 DIY although I've also had a couple of conversations with Brian from Applied Torque Solutions, and he has offered me support and to send me out the DIY kit where we would be able to dig into it and build the transmission ourselves, which might be something some of you guys are interested in if you're handy and are trying to save a few dollars. Brian quoted me about, I want to say it was either 42 or 4,500 for everything, so we could have a ATS stage 2 transmission for under $5,000. He rates those transmissions, I want to say, at about either 1,000 pounds of torque, 1,200 horsepower, or it might be 1,200 pounds of torque. We'd have to, before the end of this video, I'm going to get you guys the exact specs on that. I know the spool one is 1,000 pounds of torque, 1,200. I think on the stock block, this turbo kit can comfortably make in the mid 800s, and we're not over spinning the turbo or generating unnecessary heat. I think that's kind of the top of its efficiency range. Some guys have made more power, but I think it can safely make 800 horsepower with an equal amount of torque. As the car sits right now, we've been able to go mid sixes in the 1/8 mile, which should translate into some high nines. Car should go 980 in the 1/4 mile. It's incredibly fast on the street. Still haven't been able to get any draggy testing in. Maybe this weekend I will finally be able to get in some 60 to 130 times. But based on all the other times that I have been able to record, I expect it to be in the mid to high 5s for 60 to 130. All right, guys, so this is our little shop to really be able to start working on things. We got the Supra in here. This is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. As always, guys, if you like the content, share, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.